At the beginning of the movie, we see two couples running through a dark forest. They've been running non-stop for over an hour, terrified and desperate to escape from something unknown. Suddenly, a mysterious creature grabs one of the girls and kills her brutally right in front of everyone, even eating her alive. The remaining three can do nothing but watch in horror. The scene then shifts, and we are introduced to 5 college students: Elisa, her brother Dan, Mandy, Jake, and Tony, who have come to the same forest for hiking. The path they were supposed to take is blocked with a warning sign that clearly says, "Do not enter." But they ignore it and move ahead anyway. Soon, the group stops near a lake to take some pictures before continuing their journey. During the walk, Elisa tells Tony that she used to visit this forest every year with her family and that this is her first visit after 7 years. As they continue, they find the dead body of an animal, horribly torn apart as if it had been attacked by some wild beast. Elisa becomes nervous and tells her brother that they shouldn't go any further. She warns that it might be dangerous, and if it gets dark, they could be in serious trouble. But Dan convinces her to keep going, reminding her that they had been much deeper in the forest before with their father, and nothing bad happened. Reluctantly, Elisa agrees and follows the group.
After walking for a while, Dan and Elisa start arguing. Frustrated, Tony walks off alone and finds an abandoned backpack on the ground. Elisa's fears turn out to be true. Night begins to fall and the group is still lost deep in the woods. Everyone blames Dan for bringing them this far. While searching for a way back, they discover body parts of a girl, the same one who was killed at the beginning of the movie. Panic strikes, and before they can process what's happening, they hear a terrifying roar from the darkness. The sound is so horrifying that all of them start running toward their car. But before they can reach it, a strange-looking creature appears in front of them. It starts chasing them mercilessly. Fortunately, they manage to hide behind some rocks and trees. Nearby, they spot an old wooden cabin. Dan tells the others to run inside while he distracts the creature. The 4 friends rush toward the cabin while Dan tries to lead the creature away. But before he can react, the creature appears right in front of him and brutally kills him. Watching her brother die, Elisa screams in terror as the others drag her inside the cabin. As they try to shut the door, the creature grabs Mandy's leg and starts pulling her out, but the group manages to save her just in time. Inside the cabin, they find 3 survivors, the same people from the beginning of the film. These 3 have barricaded the cabin to protect themselves from the monster.
One of them, Nikki, tells Elisa that they were on a business trip when their car broke down in the forest. That's when the creature attacked and killed their friend. Tony informs everyone that he has already contacted the police and shared their location, so help should be on the way soon. But Danny, one of the survivors, says in fear, "No one's coming. No one can reach this place. And if we step out, that thing will kill us all." Everyone becomes terrified and starts blocking all doors and windows. Elisa is heartbroken because her brother's body is still out there. Tony tries to console her, saying, "It's just a creature. We just need to survive and escape. We don't need to know what it wants." As they talk, the creature returns and starts banging violently on the cabin. It's furious and unstoppable. If it catches anyone, it will tear them apart alive. The group quickly blocks the windows where it's trying to break in. The monster then circles the cabin, looking for another way in. It's clever. It finds a small window and sneaks inside. Everyone screams in fear and tries to fight it off. In the struggle, Nikki's husband gets injured, and Mandy and Elisa rush to help him, trying to push a heavy dresser against the creature to hold it back. Just then, Elisa's friend grabs a pepper spray and sprays it directly at the creature's face. The creature lets out a horrifying scream. Hearing the commotion, Danny rushes back, and together, they manage to block the broken window.
Danny then warns everyone, saying, "We don't have any more furniture left to block the other doors and windows, and we're running out of time. We need to get out of here right now." But Tony insists the police must be on their way by now. Danny laughs and replies coldly, "No one's coming for us. Everyone knows what lives in these woods. We won't survive much longer. That thing has surrounded us from all sides. If we want to live, we have to find help ourselves." Hearing this, Nikki's husband refuses to go outside. "No one's leaving this cabin," he says firmly. But Jake, Elisa's best friend, steps forward and declares, "I'll go. I'll get help and come back." Elisa takes Jake into another room and pleads with him not to go, but Jake calmly says, "If I don't go out for help, none of us will survive." Helpless, Elisa agrees with tears in her eyes. The group quickly makes a plan. Nikki's husband will distract the creature while Jake escapes toward the highway to find help. Once everything is set, Nikki's husband steps outside to draw the creature's attention. Meanwhile, Tony, watching from the window through binoculars, spots the creature nearby and warns him, "It's coming close to you." Hearing this, Jake quietly sneaks out of the cabin and runs far away.
A few moments later, Tony reports that he can no longer see the creature. It's gone. I think it left. But suddenly, they hear Tony screaming over the walkie-talkie. The creature is chasing him. Jake and Nikki's husband run back toward the cabin, desperate to get inside, but Danny blocks the door from within, refusing to open it. Nikki tries to push the door open, yelling at him to let them in, but Danny stops her. Elisa quickly grabs the walkie-talkie and tells them, "The kitchen door is open, come through there." Jake and Nikki's husband rush around the cabin and enter through the kitchen. Furious, Nikki's husband attacks Danny for locking them out and knocks him unconscious. When Danny wakes up, he finds himself tied to a chair. No one trusts him anymore. Meanwhile, Elisa sits silently in grief. She has lost both her brother and her friend. Determined, she vows to kill the creature and end this nightmare once and for all. Jake, on the other hand, is terrified. Having narrowly escaped death, he feels certain he won't survive the night. Tearfully, he apologizes to Mandy, confessing that he had cheated on her. Mandy gets furious and yells at him, but before they can argue further, the walkie-talkie starts crackling again. At first, they think it's Tony trying to send a signal, but when the sound repeats, they realize the signal is coming from inside the cabin, from the basement. Without hesitation, Elisa decides to go down there, and the others follow her. Nikki's husband, however, stays upstairs to guard his wife, worried that the creature might return. In the basement, they find Tony, badly injured but still alive. They try to carry him out, but the creature suddenly appears again. Nikki's husband fights it off while the others drag Tony upstairs. Unfortunately, he cannot hold the creature for long, and it kills him brutally in the basement.
Elisa looks at Tony, who is now barely breathing. Danny coldly says he's going to die anyway. Maybe his death can save us. He suggests using Tony's body as bait to distract the creature so they can escape. Elisa furiously refuses, yelling that they will not sacrifice their friend. Instead, she comes up with a new plan: to trap the creature inside the cabin and burn it using the fuel cans they found in the basement. Danny surprisingly agrees and says, "Why didn't I think of that before?" But then, as soon as Danny gets free, he suddenly turns violent and starts beating Tony to death. Everyone screams in shock. Before anyone can react, the creature bursts through the window and attacks Danny, killing him in the most gruesome way possible. While the creature is busy devouring Danny, Elisa, Mandy, and Nikki quickly grab the fuel and pour it around the cabin. They set it ablaze, and the creature catches fire, burning alive in agony. Believing the nightmare is over, the survivors escape through the underground tunnel beneath the cabin. But as they move ahead, Nikki spots her husband's dead body and breaks down in tears. Suddenly, another creature grabs Elisa's friend and drags him away. That's when they realize the horrifying truth. There isn't just one creature in this forest. There are many. The one they burned was only a single monster among dozens hiding in the shadows. Mandy grabs Nikki and starts running, but the creature catches up and kills Nikki too. Now only Mandy and Elisa are left. They keep running for their lives, but soon one of the creatures catches Elisa and kills her brutally. Now Mandy is the only survivor left. Covered in mud to hide her scent, she crawls through the darkness, trying not to make a sound. Finally, she reaches their car. Trembling, she starts the engine. But before she can drive away, the creature jumps on her. In a desperate move, Mandy hits the accelerator and runs the creature over, crushing it under the car's wheels. Breathing heavily, she finally drives out of the forest. But just as the camera pans back to the creature's mangled body, we see another monster emerging from the trees. The truth becomes clear. This forest is filled with them. There aren't just two. There are many, hidden deep in the darkness.